In this video, you're going to see a time competition between a John Deere 755 compact tractor with 59-inch front-mounted snowblower and a 755 with a front-end loader to see who can remove 8 inches of snow more quickly from a predetermined area. So stick around to see who comes out on top.
Go Dig Drive DIY!
Howdy folks, and welcome to Dig Drive DIY. My name is Neil, and I have not even had to plow any snow here for the past 2 years, so I thought it might be foolish when I decided to buy a 59-inch snowblower for my John Deere 755 tractor this season. I've highlighted the purchase of this blower and all the work I had to do to get it ready in hopes that we might get lucky enough to try it out this year in some previous videos, and luckily I've already had a chance to try it out once this year so far. So I wanted to come up with something different for this video, and I've always been curious if a large tractor-mounted snowblower like this could really outperform a tractor with a front-end loader like this. They both have strengths and weaknesses, but with this heavier snowfall, a guy could make an argument for using either one, really. Well, I just so happen to have two 755 tractors, two nearly identical driveways, and one day off work to see if I could find the answer to which setup is truly faster or better. So I stepped off the area and marked the boundaries. I felt the snow was pretty evenly distributed in both driveways, and the conditions were perfect for a fair comparison since both were full of 7 to 8 inches of light, fluffy, virgin white snow. I had my suspicion which one would be faster, but I didn't know by how much. And the rules were simple. Remove all the snow from within the painted boundary from the start line to the finish line. There would be no need to remove any resulting snow piles as part of this particular challenge. This was just going to be a timed race of square footage versus square footage. So the courses were set, and it was time for the challenge to begin. I had an action camera mounted and rolling on my tractor the entire time for both of these runs, so that's what I used to get an exact timestamp of the start to finish time. So you might see it jump around a bit. Just know that the ending time is the actual elapsed time. The snowblower had no trouble with this depth of snow, considering how light and fluffy it was. This was really the ideal situation for a large blower like this, so it's going to be hard to beat, I think. Stick around later in this video and I'll have some shots of this thing clearing out a 3-foot tall drift in front of my garage. It was pretty impressive what it could do. Alright, the 755 with 59-inch snowblower had a time of 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Yeah, that was pretty fast, but it would still be interesting to see exactly how long it would take that loader tractor to do the same area. So I had to do a switch of the weight box behind the scenes for both tractors to be utilizing the same amount of ballast, and then I was ready to roll with the loader tractor. As I started to push all of it to one end, it became apparent just how much snow there really was out there when you start to collect and pile it all together. Since the snow was so light, it was pretty easy to push too, and I was impressed with how much the tractor was keeping out in front of it without even spinning the tires. The type of snow that you're dealing with can make all the difference in how whatever you're using performs that particular day too. This is a great visualization of just how much snow that blower completely removed from the driveway, because that is a pretty sizable pile of snow to deal with that I'm building up there at the end. All right, the ending got a little subjective because I couldn't decide how many crumbs to actually clean up, but once I felt it was close to what the blower had done, I called the race, and with a time of 9 minutes and 13 seconds, I was actually still impressed with the loader, being that it was just a bit over, 2 minutes slower than the blower was. But that big pile of snow at the end really shows where the blower will excel when it comes to deeper snow like this, because it essentially made it all go away in that other driveway. Even if I didn't have to move that pile, it would be in the way for the next plow, possibly causing an issue with where to go with all the snow in the next snow event. So while the winner for the square footage time challenge was the 755 with snowblower, I can clearly see that the loader would still get the job done with just a little bit of extra time. However, I think both of these would have done far better than a snowblade in this particular snow event. But I guess I'll save the snowblade race for a future video. The competition was over, but there were still some big drifts to contend with, and this would be my first chance to really bury that snowblower in some deep powder. My brother Nate was there to help, so we tried to hurry up and finish off the evening by getting it all cleaned up in front of the garage and woodshed where there had been a collection of some pretty good sized drifts. I'd love to hear what you use for snow removal, so drop a comment down below and tell me what your favorite method is, or how you might like a blower or lower better, depending on your situation.
Whoops.
lots of differential. Whoopsie. Oops. A lot of snow. That's impressive that it can do that. That is impressive. This is with no weight on the tractor too. So if it can make it through these drifts with no weight, just a differential line, I am super impressed. This would have been hard to do with the loader tractor, so I was really impressed with how this machine got all that snow out of there despite not having any weight or chains on the tractor. This area would have been a nightmare with a loader tractor, so I was glad to have the blower for this particular snowfall, and it's been a great learning experience to work on it and use it as much as I have in its first season with me. This was a lot of fun, and if you like this type of thing with a competition aspect between the two tractors, then be sure to let me know. You can let me know if you didn't like it too. Cleaned up pretty good. All right, I'm gonna call that a day. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it maybe useful or at least entertaining. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.